Well, welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. Oh my goodness, we've gone through a time change. Wow. Trying to keep up with time changes is very, very difficult when you're 16 time zones apart and your time zone hasn't changed. But for those of you in America, it is now 6:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coming into you live, I'm Robin Cabral with nonprofit Survive and Thrive Mastermind with your tip for today. So actually, this is not a tip of my own, but I've been doing some research on peer-to-peer fundraising. How many of you out there are like curious and dabbling in peer-to-peer fundraising? I get an awful lot of coaching questions around how do I keep people motivated? What do I do? All of those kinds of things. Well, I read something today around peer-to-peer fundraising because it is so interesting to me. And one of the key things is, what metrics do we measure? What metrics are an indication of support for your peer-to-peer fundraising? Like, we have metrics for your regular fundraising program, donor retention, donor acquisition, donor upgrades. But for peer-to-peer programs specifically, and I'm going to refer to this here, but let me read to you the most popular measures of success used, in this case, by Australian peer-to-peer fundraisers, because they do it really well, are number of registered participants. That was the top one. So how many people have registered? The average raised per person, right? So how much did we raise per person who participated? Repeat participation year over year, or year on year. So how many people participated in the peer-to-peer event last year that did this year? And then the last one is conversion from registered to banked. And I'm assuming that means from registered to perhaps raising money for you. So those are the four: number of registered participants, average raised per person, repeat participation year on year, and conversion from registered to banked. Those are the four key peer-to-peer fundraising metrics that, if you are not already or do not already have in place for your fundraising peer-to-peer program, I urge you to look at getting some of those key metrics in place for yours. Now, one of the interesting other pieces that I read was that Australia has done really, really well at coming up with their own unique owned fundraising events, like Dry July, like Movember, like September. All of those things originated in Australia. They really, really do. I was so captivated by this headline around secrets of peer-to-peer fundraising that I just had to get some of the good nuggets out of it and share that with you. So those are some key peer-to-peer fundraising metrics. Would love to hear what you measure in your peer-to-peer fundraising efforts. So type into the comments box below what some of your metrics are in terms of you hosting a peer-to-peer event. Again, I'm Robin Cabral with nonprofit Survive and Thrive Mastermind, coming into your feed live tonight, 6:07 Eastern Standard Time p.m., 9:07 a.m., Tuesday morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Hey, have a great rest of your week, everyone, and see you in the group.